Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. It's a cold day in East Texas and it's probably 40 degrees here in the studio, so bear with me. And also it's another hairy face video. I was going to shave and then I was like, who cares, whatever. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the greats from the past who are still ongoing, which is the band Watchtower. The first time that I became aware of Watchtower was at an infamous show back in Houston, probably around 84 sometime, I think. It was a large crowd. It was at a place called the Consolidated Art Warehouse. And it was a big metal building, and there was a lot of people there that showed up. I'm not going to remember all the bands, but I can tell you Slayer from San Antonio was there with Ron Jarzombek on guitar, Dave McClain on drums, Don Van Stavern was there, and Bob Catlin, I'm sorry. Anyway, and Steve Cooper was still alive singing for S.A. Slayer. Okay, and then you had Watchtower playing there, and then Helstar was there also. The Burning Star lineup of the band was playing that night. So it was a great show for me. I really enjoyed that. And then it wasn't too long after that that I got a cassette copy of Energetic Disassembly, which was like a earth-shattering record. It was incredible. And it wasn't long. That became one of my go-to things to share with everybody. I was like, I've said many times, an ambassador for Watchtower was always what I'd be like, hey, have you seen this? Listen to this, So that was so great. And of course, that was with Billy White and Jason McMaster in the group at that time. And through the years, that record still is one of those things that has never fell off that plateau of greatness that it was. Energetic was just a monumental record and so shocking compared to anything else. For me, I was a huge Rush fan, and it sounded like Rush on drugs sped up to 45 or something, high-speed Rush. And Jason's screaming vocals were reminiscent to me of Geddy, like on Cygnus X1 or something, that really just aggressive screaming. It was just so good. And I still love it to this very day. So one of the things I'm going to talk about before I go into some other stuff is there is a remix version of Energetic Disassembly that has come out. And it is really, really good. If you have not heard it, better yet, you should buy it. You're going to hear things in there you never heard before. And there's even bonus tracks. There's a drum solo. There's a classical guitar solo type thing in there too. Tons of different things. And not only that, you're going to get songs that are not on Energetic Disassembly. You're going to get songs that wound up on Control and Resistance, and Jason singing on that. So it's really a bonus treat. It's a really great thing. So you should check that out. And like I said, if you're a record buyer, you should definitely buy that. I'm going to fast forward now to when I'm living in California, when I'm in Helstar. When we were living in Reseda, we get a visit one day from Jason McMaster and Swiss Chris Liebengut, the same guy I mentioned before. A lot of people know who he is. He made a good footprint on the heavy metal, not just in Texas, but around. So Swiss Chris brings with him, and he actually gifted us these VHS tapes of Watchtower from some San Antonio and Austin stuff. And it was really great. The famous shows from the Ritz, and then I believe the Cameo Theater in San Antonio. Those were great. I really enjoyed those. Those are priceless. I guarantee you can find that stuff on YouTube somewhere. A lot of comedy, very funny. And so it has Ron in the very early days, whenever he first joined and everything like that. So it's just great stuff. After that, we didn't see Jason again for a while. And then one day, Larry and I went to Metal Blade. And we went to go have a chat with William Howell, I guess. I'm not sure why we were going, but we go up there and we're in William Howell's office, who became later known as Metal DJ Will. Great guy, really love him. He's been a very important person. And at this time, I remember William was actually riding his skateboard to work at Metal Blade, which is funny and cool. But anyway, so we're in William's office. And he gets kind of serious, I think, and he hands over a handwritten letter. He hands over a handwritten letter from Jason McMaster to him. And as Larry and I are reading this message, he gets this cassette out and puts it on. And basically the letter is saying, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm leaving Watchtower and I'm going to do this Dangerous Toys thing. While we're reading this, we're hearing one of the Dangerous Toys songs. And I don't know the name of it, but it's part where it has a break in the middle where he's like, ooh, I think I got the wrong house. He says something like that, like he's a Sancho or, cheating on somebody else's wife or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, we didn't laugh at all. We were stunned. For one, we love Watchtower so much, and we weren't really fond of that other kind of music, so it was just kind of like, what? But anyway, God bless him. Who could blame him? He went off and did great. And while I was never really into their music very much, I enjoyed watching him have that wild ride of success, so that was cool. And we did, we cheered the guy on, even if we weren't into that kind of music. He's a very likable person. And he's exactly what you get when you hear him talk. His personality comes through so great in his music and his talking and everything. He's just a very open book kind of guy. So really like Jason McMaster. And if you don't know, I'm sure most people do know, but the Talk Louder podcast with McMaster and Metal Dave, you can find that easy on YouTube. You should go subscribe, watch those. And really great interviews, great stories. And Jason gives a lot of personal insight and experience in every show. So you really like that. I recommend that highly. So after Jason left and went to Dangerous Toys, they brought in Alan Tecchio, and thank God for him. He fit in perfect. He did an excellent job. And it's really great for him to become part of the Watchtower history and everything. I met him once or twice. Very nice guy. They actually all are very nice people. If you ever get a chance to meet them and encounter them, they're very engaging, very open, down to earth, which is crazy because their music is not down to earth, but they are. They're wonderful people. I'm going to talk about Ron Jarzombek for a minute. The first time I became aware of Ron was when I saw him with San Antonio Slayer, like back in '84 or whatever. And then in the later years, I was able to get a hold of some of the demos he was making on cassette. He had multiple early demos that he did, eventually going into the Spastic Inc. stuff, which was just incredible. His brother, Bobby Jarzombek, bass player Pete Perez, just awesome. Over the top bass playing. There's not a lot of material out there with him, but he is just great. So look for that guy. And anyway, and the Spastic Inc. stuff is super incredible. Everything that Ron did with all of that, combining it with the illustrations in his fold out, for the cassette and everything, just great stuff. Ron's a really nice person, basically a mad scientist with a guitar. And he's got a great sense of humor, and it's really amazing. And also it's, thank God that he was connected with Watchtower, because after Billy White left, what would they have done? So for Ron to fill right in was just a match made in heaven. It was perfect already. It was destined to be. So he was able to continue that legacy, carrying on with Control and Resistance and the things that they've done after that. So they're all just amazing musicians. They seem to be, I don't know them all personally or anything, but they all seem to be really great people. And you got to love that. Yeah, for right now, I think that's the end of my Watchtower story. Check out that remix of Energetic Disassembly. It is just amazing, and you'll love it. You're going to hear things you never heard before, I promise you. All right, everybody, have a great day. All the best.